What is up, you horror nerds? It is me, your host once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Welcome back to the channel. I am bringing you a review that actually is not really a horror movie. They kind of claim it is, but in my humble opinion, it is more of a sci-fi film. However, with that being said, it still creeped me the hell out because it got my mind and my overthinking mind jumbled up. I'm talking about the 1979 release of Parts. The Clonus Horror. Or just the Clonus Horror. It depends. They tried to release it originally as Parts. Then they decided to re-release it as the Clonus Horror. And then they just slapped them together. And this is what you got. It is rated R, 1979. If you aren't familiar with this one, which I'm sure most aren't, let's read the back so you know what the synopsis about this movie is about. Peter Graves from Mission Impossible and Hollywood legend Keenan Wynn from Dr. Strangelove star in this dazzling political thriller that works equally well as a pulse-pounding horror film packed with moments of jaw-dropping terror. Somewhere in California is hidden a mysterious industrial complex, apparently well known to certain privileged members of the inner circles of the government. This factory has only one product, human clones. Raised in a state of blissful ignorance, both about their origins and their ultimate fate, the clones dream of America, where so their guardians tell them they will be sent one day. But what happens then, one of these farmed clones starts to ask difficult questions and comes looking for real America. So you got actors of Frank Ashmore, Frank Byrne, Paulette Breen, Amanda Davies, Timothy Donnell, directed by Robert S. Fiveson. Again, rated R, 1979. It is an interesting story, thinking about there being a lab out in the middle of nowhere and these clones are being made. Honestly, like I said, the thought creeps me out to think, am I living in a simulation here? Am I just at some random place that I'm only supposed to go to work, come back, go to work? That is what it reminded me of. Again, more sci-fi than horror, but I watched some documentaries about simulation, and they mess with your brain, and this is kind of what it did for me. Again, not a super great movie. I'm only giving it a 4 out of 10. But I do like the story, so I was kind of torn there. Would I watch it again? Probably not. That's why I didn't give it a 5. But I wasn't mad that I watched it. It does star, like I said, Peter Graves, rest in power. He was, of course, Captain Clarence on the Airplane franchise. He actually shot all of his scenes in one day and got up out of there, which is pretty hilarious. And, of course, Eugene Robert Glazer, I believe is his name, was featured in this film as well, who was on La Femme Nikita, which, you know, if everybody that was on the USA Up All Night kick back then in the 90s is pretty fun. However, just to tell you what type of film this was, MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, used this as one of their films, if that tells you anything. I don't think it's as bad as what they normally play, but it is definitely worth the watch of them commentating because they're hilarious. Parts, rated R, 1979, 4 out of 10. Check it out if you've seen it. Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell for notifications. You know the drill. Share the videos, comment, build the community, tag friends, give me suggestions. I'd love to hear them. Appreciate y'all. Stick around.